y'all can see me because I'm doing a lot of different things. So today we're just going to do a little short introduction because for those of you who don't know, I've had a podcast a few years ago, and as I was praying late last year, God told me to bring it back. I guess because a lot of people was blessed by it. You know, I've been on the radio in Atlanta and elsewhere, so a lot of people have been blessed by it. So I guess God was just allowing me to use this as another avenue to get the message across. And basically, you know, we probably just talk about news, current event. I might do a little teaching if God's allow. You might see my wife around if she wants to say something or join in. You might see Joey come around here, my little son, and give him a little segment because he likes to be on video. But even then, it's teaching him that if God decides to use him in ministry or bring him to a point he's used, he would already know. He's just 9, and that's one key thing. Then we'll have a segment called 15 Minutes of Manifestation, and it may be something that God lays on my heart to give to the people. And we're going to have some music. And where I'm in odds with, I'm trying to decide, should I turn the podcast into 24 hours? Because those of you who have seen the radio network I had a few years ago, I have the ability to keep it on 24 hours with different people teachings, different people messages, all kinds of singing and all kind of stuff. I used to have it good, and a lot of time when you get overwhelmed with things, you have to step back and adjust it. And at a certain time, even in my own finite mind, I figured it wasn't worth it. But right now, I'm waiting on Pandora to give us the go ahead to bring the podcast on their site. We already on Apple. We on Spotify. I think we on iTunes. Where else we on? We on Iheart. And there's a couple of more places. We on different places, but as the show goes forward, we'll be picked up by more radio station or podcast network if we want to use that terminology. So watch this. Let's just go ahead and then I have the ability this time to allow people to call in. So I got to get my a technician out here to show me how to. I know how to hook it up. I just got to make sure that everything is going smooth. Because many of you know, I don't just put anything online. I want to have my sound effects and all that other good stuff as we move on into. I don't know what I did. See, I done lost something now because I'm mashing buttons and they're not doing what I'm telling them to do. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I get it fixed as to go out. So what's this? Let's see what's going on in today's news. We do have President Biden. You know what? I think all this stuff done locked my computer. That's what's going on. And it's moving slow. We have President Biden as the president now. And that's another thing. I got to be able to pull stuff on my screen to show you when I show you. But for those of you who are on my social media pages, I have it posted there. I have it posted on the Instagram account. And this has to be news. So I'm looking at this picture. And if you go to any of my social media accounts, you'll see it. I posted it, and I have different topics of it. But the picture shows them standing by the water pond at the Capitol, and they have President Biden and his wife behind like a 7-foot tall bulletproof glass, and you have the Miss Harris and her husband with nothing in front of them. And I said to myself, I said, if people wanted racism, this is the most blatant form of racism that we could ever see. I said, because she was so special when Biden tried to get her into office. But now that he has the office, why doesn't the vice president have bulletproof glass in front of her and her family? And I just thought that just was so disrespectful. Consider this man ran on a platform of saying how he gonna do this for the black people and how he gonna do this for the black people. So like I told the other people, I'm just gonna sit back and I'm gonna be in a season of I told you so. Because that right there should have showed you. And one of the things I said, if you never believe in racism and still think it doesn't matter, no matter how far you get, you could be on the same level as them, but you're still not equal to them. And I just felt that was so disrespectful and disgraceful for the nation to be on a high alert because of the Trumpsters. And you got the president, his wife behind bulletproof glass, but the vice president, the leftover. And then I said, on her end, how can you sit here and let a man show you that your life is worthless? And see, we're gonna talk about stuff like that because that still gets to me as I see it as today. And listen here. I'm just so excited about this podcast happening. We got I'm still working on the videos. We're still working on the intros, the outros, the music. Because anybody know I don't just throw stuff up. And God really didn't give me a time frame because He know when I do stuff, I like it to be to a certain point. So to many of you who's on our YouTube channels, Instagram, TikTok, or wherever you may be, go ahead and subscribe to those. And those of you who may be hearing us for the first time, go ahead and subscribe to all our social media sites, so you can be blessed by what we're doing in this season, what we're really, and you'll really know what I'm about. And one of the things I kind of hate, and that's why I wanted the people to call in, I look at some of the comments that be made on certain platforms, and on some of them I can't respond, and then people leave a negative comment and you shouldn't talk like this, but see, I look at people who never been in ministry, don't understand ministry. Yeah, it's a way that I could talk to God's people, but some people ain't God's people, and sometimes you have to use language that's ungodlike, not necessarily to speak to the people of God. Because sometimes God has to grab your attention. And what I teach people, sometimes God's offend your mind to reveal your heart. And if you don't understand that, then you have no business questioning what another leader does when you haven't even attempted to be in a place of leadership. You don't even know what leadership is. So hey, I'm not going to be random. We're going to have good music. It's a couple of messages I'm going to do, and one of them going to be about music. And I'm trying to decide. I got a message that I really need to release, and that's why I want to make sure that many of you who listen to this little introduction, that you make sure that you subscribe to all our social media accounts, because we are in a dispensation of the season of first. And what I mean about a season of first, if you haven't been paying attention, because I know everybody who claims to be prophetic are not prophetic, and if many of you hear this, that's why I got to teach on it in depth. But a lot of the things that's been happening since Obama was in office has been first. So God told me a while ago, I think I might have a video on it, but the minute Obama got in office, he said we're going into a dispensation of time where it would be a season of first. The season of first only lasts 20 years is what the Holy Spirit told me. So Obama was in office for 8 years. Trump was in office for what there was, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, for 4 years. That's 12 years. You have 8 more years to gravitate and grab hold to first. And that's the reason I got to teach it in depth, because a lot of you wasted 4 years talking about and complaining about Trump when you could have been the first in your generation. I was telling somebody today that it kind of surprised me even to today. I had mentioned it on Twitter or something last night that y'all don't understand we're in a season of first. And I went to this restaurant. I normally go there every now and then, but this morning I wanted me some good home breakfast. So I got my bacon, my 3 eggs scrambled hard, my pancakes, and my country link. And as I asked the waitress for the check, she went to get it, and I was looking at her, and it was like she couldn't find it. And she said something to the other lady who was the cashier, and they whispered something. Then the lady walked to my place. She said, "No, hon, the man that was already up here, he paid for your breakfast and the table behind you breakfast." And both of us, by the way, both of them was black customers. And I think we was the only black customers. But nevertheless, nobody has never paid something for me. And that's when God brought it back to my members. He said, I'm telling you, you telling the people that they're in the season of first, and you think that I won't touch your household with first? So that's letting me know that I was trying to tell people, sometimes it could be your time, but not your season. But I'm going to be telling you when I teach it, you got to tell it's your time and it's your season. So for that to hit my house, to me, I'm in my season of first. And I'm going to tell you how to see when you hit this season of first. See you how to comprehend what God is doing in your life. And a lot of things is going to be based on how you live your life. So as we prepare to bring this podcast back online, I hope many of you go ahead and subscribe to this. I made a mistake and I didn't really link the live stream up to it, so I supposed to be doing it actually on the podcast website on YouTube. Y'all can go search for it. It's the Power of the Prophetic Podcast. It's on YouTube. But it takes 24 hours. I forgot to do it. So I'm going to stream this to our ministry website. But then when I download it, I'm going to upload it so that many of you will be able to, that's already subscribed, will be able to see what's going on. I have a lot of great things and plans that God has given me for this channel. So if you'd like to be a guest, you want to come on and talk to somebody, or if you're in Florida, you want to come on and because I'm on the webcam on the laptop. But I got to set my cameras up right and get my lighting right, because we top notch around here. And my wife ain't gonna let me do that, and it ain't gonna look too shabby. Even if she don't understand what I'm doing sometimes, if it ain't right, she gonna say something. But hey, I look forward to talking to some of you, reading your comments, and I hope you have a blessed day. But I will announce when we really go forward with the podcast. Because I wanted to get with the wife and see if she wanted to bring anything to it or not. So, y'all be blessed. Have a good day.